Hey family, been a minute. So last week was my birthday week. And it's had a roller coaster ride thrown at me. I've had bits of anxiety waiting for a land deal that I've been working on for over a year to finally come through. So the deed actually came the day before my birthday. So my birthday, I was on a high. Having a good time.
Birthday party!
And then 2 days after my birthday, my beloved sister-in-law, Vanessa, passed away. She been around forever and ever. Oh, goodness. I almost can't remember my own life without her around. So that was my extreme low. And my extreme craziness. I've been sitting on a low with my job since Friday, about 5 miles away from the delivery, and couldn't deliver until Monday morning. Oh, goodness. But life, as my parents would say, some days cookies, some days crumbs. So we just gonna deal with it all. Keep the party going. Gotta keep pushing, keep moving forward. And I actually did make my birthday meal and the video a little involved, so it's gonna take a minute. But hey, let's go. Hi, my name is T. I am not a chef. Actually, I'm a truck driver. And I don't drive food trucks, I drive a semi. What I'm about to do is show you how to do what I do on my truck. Welcome to your favorite new food show, Big Taste in a Small Space with me, T. Start this video off with something my second legal ex-wife actually made. Never mind. Second legal. Yeah, never mind. And it was a salad dressing.
What was it mean?
And I gave it the name Hook a Man Dressing. That bad boy was good. So to start off this salad dressing, I got my BlendJet, put about 4 healthy tablespoons of nutritional yeast in my BlendJet and some warm water. You don't need a lot of water, just a little bit. And I just gave it a little pulse just to, stir it up some. And let it sit for about 10-15 minutes. And while that's sitting, I put some cilantro in here. If you don't like cilantro, hey, try some parsley. I don't think she used cilantro, and this is not exactly her recipe, so shh, don't tell her. And I put a little dill. You know me, I can't just do what everybody else does. I had to add some stuff to it. But yeah, put a little fresh dill, fresh cilantro, and I put about 2 cloves of garlic. I put some dry onion. I could have used fresh. I got some fresh somewhere in here, but whatever. I put some salt, little pink Himalaya. Almost couldn't say that, huh? Yeah, pink Himalaya salt, some fresh ground black pepper. I like that tricolor black pepper. Gives you a little of each. I put a couple of flakes of the red pepper flakes. Put some soy sauce in there. She used, what was that thing called? Well, whatever. I used some soy. I used a little olive oil. Oh, she used amino acid instead of soy sauce. That stuff's pretty good, too. And give that a little pulse. Let that run. This BlendJet's kind of cool. It runs for about 20 seconds and shuts off by itself. I like it. Open that up. Take a look, see what it do, give it a taste, see if it needs anything else. Tastes pretty good if I remember correctly. Add a little more olive oil. It's kind of loose, it's kind of thin, but olive oil, spin it up again. Just want everything to puree really good. And that nutritional yeast is a regular yeast, and it's gonna swell up over a little bit of time. But taste it again, make sure it's to your liking. I think it needed a little something. Yeah, I think I added just a little bit more. I used my black salt. That's the black salt I've been using lately. Put some of that in there. Need a little extra salty kick. Okay, try it one more time. Blend that up really good. So want everything to be nice and smooth. And once it's done, last taste. Yeah, that's the ticket. And you be doing more. Well, clean up a little bit. And we gonna put this Hooker Man salad dressing into a little bottle so we can put it in our refrigerator and save it to when we need it. Now that gave us days and days and days worth of this Hooker Man salad dressing. Hooker Man, hey baby. Yeah, no, not that kind of Hooker Man. So then, put that inside and we start working on this steak. Now, use my black salt on the steak too. We're gonna marinate this, but we want to put some good flavor in there. Some black peppercorn in here. Yep. Put some paprika, either smoked or sweet, whichever you feel like at the time. Some red pepper flakes. A little chipotle pepper. Maybe a little more. Some turmeric. Turmeric is what makes your curry look yellow. Some Worcestershire. Yeah, I just wanted to put on my steak because it's really good for you too. Some of that dark soy instead of the regular soy. Yep. Some garlic oil. A little bit of shallot oil. Some apple cider vinegar. I always get the one with the mother. Some chili oil. Yeah, this is birthday food, baby. We're going to season this up really good. Close it up. Squish it around. Get everything, to touch everything. To mesh with everything. Get all them flavors blended up. Let the air out the bag. Double bag it. We're going to let that marinate for a while. Let's take our octopus arms, legs. What part of the body of the octopus is that? The arms, the legs, whatever. I like me some octopus. You can find that in Walmart. It's already cooked, but it's frozen. So you gotta let it thaw out. But I'm gonna marinate this too. So we're gonna use a little Obey seasoning. A little bit of chipotle seasoning. Some Worcestershire. What's this here again? Yeah. Some pink Himalaya salt. Different salts for different stuff, Some ground black pepper. Fresh cracked black pepper. First time I heard somebody say that in Savannah, I almost fell out. Some cumin. Is twin brother. Some coriander. Those two flavors, they just go together so well. Cumin and coriander, love it. Some garlic oil, drizzle. Now we're going to seal that up. Do the same thing, mushy, squishy. Make sure your flavors blend up nice. Let the air out. So now, I let the steak and the octopus marinate for about 2 days. Well, not on purpose, because couldn't really get my head together after losing my sister-in-law. But let it marinate for 30 minutes to, hey, 2 days. After my 2 days of marinating, got my oven pan out. And today's the day we actually gonna cook this. These are not tomatoes, these are tomatillas. I'm gonna make a tomatilla sauce to go with my steak and octopus. Kinda easy to do. I use 2 tomatillas, about 4 cloves of garlic, and a jalapeno. Now I put those into the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. Get a little color on them. Once they got a little color and attitude on them, took them out the oven, put them in my BlendJet, straight out the oven. And my jalapeno, yeah, you gotta cut that end off. Cut it in half just to make it easier. Put a little of that chili garlic sauce in there. Extra garlic, yeah, I'm scared of vampires. Little olive oil, don't need much, just wanna make sure that its juices blend up. Little cumin, and once again, little coriander. It's kind of that Southwest flavor, that slightly Mexican Texas. Some cilantro in this too. Really as much as you want. Some people don't like cilantro. They say it tastes like soap. Don't taste like soap to me. Like I said, use parsley otherwise. Some salt. Little black pepper. It's like coriander and cumin, salt and pepper. The twins. Awesome fawsome. So stick that all in there. Put your top on. Let your BlendJet do its thing. We want to make this as smooth as possible too. Like I said, that BlendJet will mix for about 20 seconds. You want it smoother? Do another 20 seconds. Once that is done, your pan has been heating up. You pour that right in the pan, and you're going to cook that for a few minutes. You want to get all that stuff out there blended too, because it's delicious. And yeah, you don't want it to burn, so you move it around a little bit, shake it. You can stir it. Just you don't want anything to scorch or stick to the bottom of the pan, even though it's a non-stick pan, you know how that goes sometimes. And the heat is up to about maybe 350, because I want this really to cook some. And with all that stuff in the oven and blackening it a little bit, gives it some great flavor. Now we're gonna turn the heat on full blast, because we're gonna start doing something else. I want to make macaroni and cheese, but hey, it's my birthday. It's not gonna be your boring macaroni and cheese. Once your water gets hot, put some pink Himalaya salt in there. Yeah, I got a different container for my pink Himalaya. Sometimes you need more salt than others. And then you put some pasta in there, elbow macaroni, you know. And stir that up. I'm gonna cover it till it comes back up to a boil. But every now and then, you're gonna want to stir it just to make sure it doesn't stick. Once it's back up to a nice boil, when you think it's doing well by itself, I'm gonna take it off the heat, stir it one more time, put it on the side, because for my next trick, I'm gonna need my smaller pot, because we're gonna make the cheese sauce. But before we do the cheese, I want to I'm gonna do some lobster tails. So it's gonna be a lobster macaroni and cheese. Like I said, it's my birthday. This one's gonna be a little involved. Hope you hungry. So get your lobsters out. They've thawed out. I bought these at Walmart. They come frozen, 2 in a pack. They give you these little 2 small sticks of butter. Now I got this part from my nephew. His name is Chef Cam. You can also find him on YouTube. I saw him do this probably that morning and said, hey, I'm gonna do mine like that, because I did mine a different way last time. So he took these out the shell raw, Just squeeze it in half, crack it, crack the inside, and you should be able to, once you crack it enough, get your fingers around the meat and pretty much pull it right out. Yep. That I definitely got from Chef Cam. Check him out. He's on YouTube. Now this part, you see, that's a little bit of that intestinal tract. This I got from my favorite chef, Chef Ramsay. If you ever notice, most of the time, he cuts his lobster totally in half. Because inside that lobster, just like a shrimp, is an intestinal tract. He ain't serving no lobster with intestinal tracts to nobody. Every time I saw him eat some lobster with the intestinal tract, he pretty much spit it out. Cussed the person out. Said, "You donut, what is wrong with you?" Anyway, so I'm cleaning mine out, taking all that intestinal tract that I can get out. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to take the lobster, split it right in half. Whole thing, right in half. Do the same thing with your other one. Sometimes you'll get lobsters and you won't find anything, just like sometimes with shrimp. You won't find an intestinal tract. Either that lobster or shrimp was starving? I don't know. Maybe it was a supermodel. It was just clean. I don't know. But take the intestinal tract out when you can. And then I'm cutting these up into nice sized chunks. Because I want it chunky inside my lobster mac and cheese. If I didn't say it, I said it now. That's what we're making. Lobster mac and cheese. So we put our lobster on the side. And those little pads of butter, that's what I put in the pot first. But get you about a half a stick of butter. There you go. You got your heat not too high. About 275, 300 degrees. You're just going to melt the butter gently. Don't want to burn your butter. Burnt butter is a bad thing. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter was too bitter. Never mind, you got to be a certain age, you know that. So you melt your butter down. You can let it get a little brown. Just please don't burn it. Once your butter's nice and melty, starting to bubble and crack and pop, and you add your cream, heavy cream. Mix that in there. And please don't let that burn either. Don't let that scorch. This is how we make our cheese sauce. Trust me, first time I made macaroni and cheese, I didn't know this. And I'm using smoked Gouda. I like smoked Gouda. Ooh, a friend of mine turned me on. I just love it. So use smoked Gouda, let that melt. I've never tried this in macaroni and cheese before either. So it's going to be interesting. And I had a little bit of sharp cheddar. Trust me, it wasn't much, but I just wanted to get it out my refrigerator. So I added it to the sauce. That's smoked Gouda. Ooh, you got to try some smoked Gouda. So once that cheese sauce, you got to stir, because the cheese is going to take a while to melt because you don't have it up high. Once your cheese is good and melty, you put your lobster tails in there, add a little bit of Old Bay to the sauce, add a little black pepper to the sauce, add a little bit of salt to the sauce. Don't need too much salt because that cheese is going to be salty, you know. We ain't trying to have high blood pressure, we just trying to have a party. Woo-hoo! So, once your cheese sauce is nice and melty, get your oven pan out, go back to your macaroni, scoop it out, put it in the pan. And yeah, I left the water in the pot with the macaroni. I'm using a spoon with the slots to drain, and you want a little bit of the water in there. I poured all my cheese sauce with my lobster tails in there. Mix it up nice and good. Make a treasure hunt out of finding those lobster pieces. Then I put some Parmigiano Reggiano. Put a little bit of that in there. Mix it up. Give it a little extra cheesy flavor. And after that, I put a little bit of breadcrumbs on the top. Then I put that in the oven for about 25 minutes on 400 degrees, maybe 350. You don't want to burn the top. Just want to get that breadcrumbs a little nice and crispy and crunchy with all that cheese. Now it's time to start working on that steak. Hopefully you took your steak out, let it get up to room temperature at least. Make sure that marinade's mixed nicely again. And we want to take the steak out the marinade, put it in some paper towel. We don't want this juicy because we don't want it to steam. We want to grill this. So the flavor should be deep in the meat. We're just going to, get some of the juice off. Get our octopus arms, legs, whatever they are. Put a little olive oil on top of it, because we don't want it to stick to the grill. So massage that all on there. Your grill should be blazing hot right now. And you put your octopus arms on there. Hey camera, can we get a little closer? Thank you. So, get your octopus in there, and we just gonna grill it away. Could have probably put a little olive oil, because you see it stuck a little bit, but you can get it off, move it around, turn it over. Hey, well, come on. Put a little olive oil on there too. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. And like I said, that fire is full whack. If you got a gas stove, you might not want to have it on full, but a nice high heat will do. And you're just gonna keep flipping this octopus around. Like I said, this is already fully cooked when you buy it from the store. But I do want to grill it some. And, with octopus, last time I made some, I boiled it first to get it even tenderer. But it's tender enough, trust me. So I'm just cooking off my octopus a little bit, flipping around. I wanted to get some grill marks on it. I wanted to get nice. That's it. This is grilled octopus. And then I'm going to put my steak in there too. Like I always say, put your steak on the grill, fat cap down. Sometimes I use that fat cap just to grease up my grill. Wipe it on there. Hey, it's fat. You're going to get some other oil or some other fat? Use the fat you got. So I put that down, and that fat's kind of sitting in the oil. And you see you get grill marks on that fat too. So you want to get that on there about a minute aside. Well, with that fat cat, you could probably go 2 or 3 minutes before you lay it down on the fleshy part of the meat. Lay that down. I put some asparagus in there because we're grilling asparagus too. That's right. And after a few more minutes, I'm going to take my octopus out the pan, put it in the oven pan so I have more room for my asparagus. After 2 minutes, if you have a steak as thick as mine, give it 2 minutes, turn it counterclockwise a little bit, give it 2 minutes on that side too. If your steak is about a half an inch to an inch, give it a minute and a half, and then turn it counterclockwise. And all the time we jiggling these asparagus. See, that's what it looks like after you give it about 2 minutes on that side. As soon as you flip it over, put 2 pads of butter on that bad boy. Woo! Let the butter melt onto it, melt down into the pan. Yes, indeed. And yes, we juggling, baby. We jingling that asparagus because we want to grill it. And with that butter melting down, mixing with the oil, you tilt the pan so you make sure it gets into the asparagus. I turned the pan off so I could preheat my oven. Woo, baby. Give that 2 minutes for that side too. And then you take it out the pan. So now when I took the steak off the grill, I put it in a preheated oven. Preheated at about 450, and I left it in there between 5 to 8 minutes. Now, my steak was kind of thick, so that's why 5 to 8 minutes. If your steak's kind of thin, Do it 3 to 5 minutes. Do it at least 5 minutes. Get a nice medium rare. But I put the steak in the oven with the octopus arms. 8 minutes. Now at this point, the asparagus is cooking off the residual heat from that cast iron skillet. Take that off, put my tomatillo sauce back on, and this is what our lobster mac and cheese looks like. Fresh out the oven, steamy, boiling hot. That the breadcrumbs and the cheese on top is nicely toasted. Ooh, it's time to start plating this up. So I did my little restaurant swoosh of my tomatillo sauce on the plate. I'm gonna lay my steak directly on top of that tomatillo sauce. Because it's so pretty, I didn't want to put it on top. I want you to see what the steak looks like. Then bam, that's what it all looks like. Grilled New York strip with grilled octopus arms or legs, whichever one you can tell they are. Some lobster mac and cheese made with smoked Gouda. Oh, some grilled asparagus and a lovely salad with that homemade Hooker Man salad dressing on it. Oh, happy birthday to me. Yeah, this one was a little involved and took a minute, but I couldn't eat it all. But it was worth every minute. Check it out, y'all.